One day, several hundred years ago, the Queen of England was given a book.
Oh, my gracious Queen, for your birthday I am honored to give to you this rare and wonderful gift which is filled with all manners of wisdom and knowledge.
Thank you, Benito. It's very beautiful. What exactly is it?
It is called a book.
A book?
Yes, Your Majesty. You see, on every page is written words that are full of the secrets that the masters recorded with their pens.
How does it work?
Each of the little squiggly lines is a letter. The letters tell you what sounds to make with your mouth. When you put the sounds together, they become words. It is called reading.
Oh, that sounds like fun. Could you read it to me?
Gladly. In Spiritus Sanctus Glorious Dominus.
But that doesn't make any sense.
It is Latin, Your Majesty.
So let me get this straight. This book is filled with knowledge, but in order to get it out, I have to learn how to read all those squiggly little lines, but first I have to learn to speak Latin?
Yes.
Great. Next!
But later that day, the Queen got an idea.
Send for my 3 sons. I have in my hands a rare and precious thing. It is filled with wisdom and knowledge, but it is too rare to fall into the hands of just anyone. Therefore, I propose a contest. Whoever learns to speak and read Latin first gets to have this book for their very own.
Just then the youngest son, Alfred, got a great idea. He had a friend, Bob the monk, and Bob knew everything about Latin, reading it, writing it, speaking it, everything. I must have that book. We will meet here every day and study until I know all that you know about Latin and how to read it.
It will require much patience, my prince.
Yes. Can you do it?
Well, if you, my prince, are truly filled with enough desire to do all of the work needed to master this task, then I assure you it can be done. So let us begin with the Latin alphabet.
What now? I have a polo game scheduled this afternoon.
Do you want to be a polo player, or do you want to take over the kingdom from your brothers?
Ooh, you're very good.
I, your highness, am the best in the kingdom.
Letters are little signs that tell your mouth what kind of sounds to make. Now, all of these letters we're looking at make up the Latin alphabet. Now, originally that came from the Greek, but we're just learning Latin, okay?
Hey, Bob, I know all the letters. I still have all those pictures we drew. Hey, can I teach him the letters? Come on, Bob. You know how much I love letters. Huh? How about it, please? Huh? Can I?
Well, Fat Rat, I think it'd be better if I taught him the letters first. Then you can teach him how to sequence them.
Do forgive me, Your Highness, and let me introduce you to Fat Rat. I met him in my chamber during my isolation and meditation years.
Fat Rat? But you're not fat. Why do they call you Fat Rat?
I'll show you later, but first, you gotta learn the letters.
Well, all right then. Let's begin.
Let's start with letter P. To make the P sound, you pop out your lips. P, 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 p. Very good, Your Highness, you've got it. Now here's a very interesting thing. If you make the exact same mouth movement, but you add a throat noise, you get the sound for the letter B. B, 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 b. Excellent, Your Highness. I'm going to write that down right next to letter P because they have the same mouth movement. Now let's look at another pair. Tap your tongue on the roof of your mouth to get the sound for letter T. T, 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 t. Now add a throat noise to get the sound for letter D. D, 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 d. Good. Now for this next one, push your tongue down the back of your throat and you get the sound for letter K. K, 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 k. Now add a throat sound for that and you get letter G. G, 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 g. You got it. Now here's kind of a fun one. Curl your bottom lip in and blow a little air over it for letter F. That's it. Now add a throat sound for letter V. Now hold your tongue up a little and blow a small stream of air for letter S. And add a throat noise. Zzz, zzz, zzz. Well, that's letter Z. Okay, you're pretty quick at this, so I'm going to give you a hard one. Letter J. First, put your tongue up to the top of your mouth and build up a little air pressure, then let it burst out with a throat noise.
j, j, j.
J, j, j. Why do you have an empty space before the J?
Oh, well, in Latin, there is no exact match for the mouth movement j. In fact, for the rest of the letters I'm showing you, there is no exact mouth movement match, so I'll write them down to the right here.
All right, for letter L, you lift your tongue up to the top of your mouth. Now hold it there while you let air out with a throat noise. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, now for letter R, you need to lift your tongue up in the middle of your mouth and make a throat noise. Now, some people like to do this reverse tongue curl. I just lift the tip of my tongue like this. Hey, you never miss. You're going to make a great king, you know.
Oh, indeed I will.
All right, now, letter H. Open your mouth and puff out a bunch of air. All right, now for letter W. You're going to make a silly-looking face. Now, you're going to give a throat noise while you puff out a bunch of air, but at the same time, push out your lips and make them change from a tiny hole to a big one. W, w, w.
W, w, w.
Okay.
What is so funny?
Oh, these next two always make Fat Rat's nose tickle. Letter M. Just close your mouth and make a throat noise while the air goes out your nose. Mmm. All right, this next one also lets all the sound come out of your nose. You push your tongue up to the middle of your mouth, cutting off the air. Make a throat noise and let the sound come out your nose. Mmm. And those are all of the consonants in the Latin alphabet.
Consonants? What is a consonant?
All the letters we just did are consonants. There's 5 more letters, but they're vowels.
Wait a moment. We just learned 17 letters, and you're calling them consonants. Why?
Well, because your lips and your tongue are constantly moving when you make those letter sounds.
Constant movement, consonants. Okay. So what were those other letters called?
Vowels.
And why are they named vowels?
Because those are the letters we hold the note on when we sing our vowels.
What do you mean?
When you sing, you break words into bite-sized pieces. 1 bite for each beat in the song. You can't sing a note on a consonant like P or T. To sing a note, you need to hold the tongue in one position, which is what vowels do. Listen to this. Dominos. Notice that when I sing it, the note is on the vowel, and the consonants cluster around each vowel.
So you're saying that every beat, whether it is a whole word or just a part of a word, must have a vowel sound in it.
Yup.
And what are the 5 Latin vowels?
Letters A, E, I, O, and U. Here, let's look at these pictures to see where the tongue is for each of the letter sounds. Letter A says ah. Letter E says eh. Letter I says I. Letter O says ah. Letter U says That's it. Those are the 5 vowels. Now you know all the letters in the Latin alphabet. Good work, Your Highness.
Oh, wonderful. Can I read now?
Hey, whoa, slow down there, Red. First, you have to learn how to sequence them.
Sequence?
Yeah, that means put them in order and then change them around. Hey, can I show them now, Bob? Huh? Can I? Huh?
Your Highness, may we present to you the Fat Rat Rap.
All right, check this out. We start with 2 letters. I'll say the sound they make, then I'll change just one sound. You gotta say which letter changed, and then you get to tell me what the new letter is. Yeah, ready?
Ready.
Ap, ip. Now, tell me which letter changed, the A or the P? Listen again. Ap, ip.
I believe the A.
Right. What's the new letter that replaces it? Ap, ip.
The I.
Yes! Okay, now change ip to it. Ip, it.
Change the P to a T.
Yes. Now change it to if.
Change the T to an F.
You are way too good at this for your first time, Your Highness. Let's go to 3 letters. Change fat to rat.
Fat rat. Change the F to an R.
Oh, very nice. Now, rat to rap.
Rat, rap. Change the T to a P. I get it! Fat rat rap. That's why they call you Fat Rat. Because you invented the Fat Rat rap. Yes.
Fat rat. At your service, Your Highness.
So Alfred studied hard while his brothers were off playing, and it wasn't long before he won the book. Eventually, he used the knowledge he found in books to help him take over the kingdom from his brothers. But that's another story. Now, King Alfred really loved reading. He got all kinds of great ideas about how to run his country from all the books that he read. But he had one problem. No matter how much he enjoyed reading those books, he couldn't get anybody to share that enjoyment with.
Look, Your Highness, all these stories you're reading are great, but only after you've translated them into English for me. I mean, unless you work in the church, no one really wants to learn Latin. The average person isn't going to learn how to read a book unless it's written in English.
Yes, but English isn't a written language. It's only a spoken language.
So make it a written language. You're the king. Find someone who knows about writing and order them to create it.
Well, who in the kingdom knows the most about writing?
What about your old teacher, Bob? He spends all day copying Bibles. He probably knows more about reading and spelling than anybody. And I'm sure that if you ordered him to invent a spelling for English, he could do it.
But they're the church. I can't tell the church what to do.
Alfred, you're the king of England. No one is higher than you. The monks will obey what the king commands.
You are right. I'm the king. Everyone has to do what I say. I'll make them do it. Hello, Bob. Good to see you. Look, you spend all day writing letters and words. You know more about spelling than anyone else in the country does. I need you to come up with a way to spell English.
Why, of course, Your Majesty. Whatever you wish.
Wonderful. Oh, and one little thing. I really like the letters in the Latin alphabet. I don't want to see any new letters.
Ooh, this is going to be a big problem.
Why? I thought the Latin alphabet was cool.
Well, it is, but it only has 21 letters. English has about 40 sounds in it.
We're gonna have to make some letters make more than one sound.
Why don't you write down all the Latin letters and then draw pictures for all the new sounds?
Great idea. Well, then we'll just figure out new spellings for those sounds.
We're going to have to examine how our mouths make those sounds. Why don't we get one of the nuns to help us out with this? Hey, I know Sister Anne. She'd be perfect.
Yeah, good idea.
So there are 5 more consonant sounds in English.
I love this one. Ring, rang, rung.
It's a nose sound like the N.
But it's also in the back of the throat like G.
Why not mush together N and G, like this?
That looks nice. Why is there an empty space next to the J?
Because in Latin, there are no mouth movements that match letter J.
J, ch, ch. Hey, what about ch, like a cheerful chuck, and cheese?
The Greeks use a CH combination for ch.
But we can't use letter C. The king insisted that we only use the Latin letters.
But Latin letters were based on the Greek letters.
Why don't you just tell him it's a Latin letter that you never got around to teaching him?
Well, it does fit in rather nicely. Oh, all right, let's give it a try. So, what's the next letter?
Shh.
Oh, why? What'd he say?
No, I'm not shushing you. That's the next sound. Shh.
Oh, okay.
Well, it looks a little like the S sound, but feels a little like the H sound. Why don't we just use letter combination SH for shh?
I like it.
Yes, that will do nicely. Oh, this is going splendidly. we only have 2 more sounds. Th and
Hey, can we use T and H? I like T. Hey, how about T and H, please, huh? Come on.
Well, all right, that would work for th. But what about the matching mouth movement sound of th?
Just use TH for both of them.
Well, that could be confusing.
I'm already confused.
he may be right. Making another letter combination may be more confusing than just using TH for the same mouth movement.
Well, they both have the same mouth movement, but one has a throat noise and the other doesn't.
Come on, Bob, just do it.
I think another letter combination would be worse.
Oh, all right, I'll make TH stand for th and th. Now we're done with the consonants.
I'm afraid our biggest problem is just beginning.
What?
We only have 5 vowel letters in Latin.
And what's the problem?
There are 18 vowel sounds in English.
Oh my goodness.
Yo!